Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here, back again with Outlast. It's pretty early for me to be doing this again because I normally scared the crap out of me. I'm like, I knew where I was too. I'm like, I know that this is the same spot. It still scared me. Um, Jeez, what the heck about this? Oh, okay. So it's a little early for me to be doing this because normally, how I do my gaming videos is kind of like last minute a little bit. Typically, I film like on like Tuesday night or Wednesday night, so I didn't upload by Thursday, and then whatever I don't have, I play that night, and then I upload on Friday. So it is currently Saturday. It is 2:45 in the morning. So this is me playing super. Oh, I didn't realize I could actually walk past that. But this is me playing super early because I was just too curious. I was like, man, the way it ended, I have got to get some answers here. So that's why I'm playing this so early. Obviously, this will still come out on the the normal time, but just to let you guys know, I'm playing extremely early for me. Also, I didn't mention. Oh wait, I believe I did this. I don't remember. I might have to redo it anyway because it's starting me, started me backwards, so it might not matter. No. Huh. Yeah. I never noticed like the squishy, sloshy sound effect that they had for when you step in blood. I love that the footprints are legitimately tracked. Like this is me turning and starting to walk backwards. That's actually very cool. And you can see that they start to fade. I didn't realize. That's just really good game design. I just thought that was really cool. Um, but yeah, that's something I didn't mention at the end of the last episode. I couldn't remember what it was. I mentioned Resident Evil, but that's not the game that I thought of when I first got here. It was Fear, and it's the aesthetic. It's like this white, gray sort of aesthetic that they have. I think Fear. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna assume nothing's gonna get me in the first grand hallway. I would hope. A block. Okay. So I got, okay, so I have five batteries total. There's just bits and bobs all over the place. There's that camera again, whistleblower. I think that means we're getting close to the end of the game because, I mean, it's definitely possible that I was missing stuff early in the game, but I feel like this is meant to be like, check out how close you're getting to the end of the game, and then there's DLC coming along later, which obviously it's been out for like a year and a half now, so go to the DLC right after. Project Wallwriter. Form note: all material herein to be transcribed and revised to fit legally binding requirements of Murkoff Corporation records. See Form 4083. Jennifer Rowland notes: my 14th autopsy of a Wallwriter patient, showing no more signs of accepting the therapy than any of the others. Okay, so it's, well, we'll see how much true therapy they're going with, considering we got crazy ghost images going off. But no more signs of accepting therapy than any of the others. There have been slight gains in cell migration and morphogenesis, including effects similar to human growth hormone. But nothing to suggest the stable creation of a sentient, independent swarm. So tired, doubting my judgment, will submit another request for leave. The psychological cost of using such far gone and further provoked patients is more than I feel I can handle. May suggest hanging less hope on the far-flung theories of a senile Nazi and move towards using a simpler mechanical engine based on major sperm protein. Okay, that's not kind of where I thought that was headed, considering everything that they're doing. Especially when she mentions like HGH, I don't think they're going to go from that to like, maybe we'll move towards something sperm related. And there's a lot of different information in here than I was expecting, like building a swarm. I didn't see that coming. I just thought they were experimenting on people. Now it's like they're actually making possibly soldiers. I always go for mind control soldiers. That's kind of the typical response whenever some crazy thing is like, we're building a new weapon or a new army. So I'm gonna go with soldiers, especially with the swarm aspect of it. We'll definitely suggest harsher chemical restraints. Murkoff security killed patient 921 after he overcame enough tranquilizers to put down a hockey team. I'm afraid the hormone therapy is interacting with our chemical restraints in a counterproductive manner. Interesting. So, it's just a dude's head. See, this definitely makes me think of Fear. It's like it went crazy, and then you have the psychic stuff go off. Boom, blood splatter. Very Akira. Like, for those of you who don't know anime, that's like a super famous anime movie. Well, and it's saving. But yeah, it's like that. Or maybe like, this part right here specifically makes me think of the hallway from Metal Gear, except it goes right instead of going left. But there's just blood splattered all over the walls, and you don't know who did it. But yeah, I'm getting like some Akira / Elfen Lied feelings. Uh-oh. Ooh, what is that? What was that? Why did that noise come up? I instantly thought something was behind me, which I figure something will be because I can do this. And now we got music going. Oh, it's daylight? Of course it is. Sweet, sweet freedom right around the corner. Supposedly. Oh, jeez. My run button? Yes, okay. Making sure I got my run buttons down. Because I'm freaking out. Like, okay, clearly. What is he doing? See, he does random stuff sometimes. That freaks me out. Morphogenic engine. That's useless to me. Oh, wait a minute. Might not be useless to the camera, though. That's definitely something we're saving. This is the morphogenic engine. A few lines of mathematics and algorithm. Reprogram us, turn us into nightmare factories. A few numbers on a dry erase board. Give me a hacksaw in a few hours along with Dr. Wernick's corpse. I feel I owe him a debt. I was trying to remember how they pronounce it because it wasn't Wernick. I think it was like Wernicke or something like that. So I was trying to remember, but I can't. I just remember I was constantly saying it wrong, and then somebody said it, and I was like, oh, it wasn't Wernick, like I thought. Okay, so got some notes. I'd like to think we could just walk around this and then, make a nice tight left, pop right out of that door, and be gone. Also, where the F are we? I mean, well, it was pitch black, so I don't know. It, easily could be, mountain type region or something. I think freaking me out. I think that's the most of a body we've actually seen so far. I can't see. I do not want to go down there. I mean, it is like epically amped up music right now. Obviously can't go that way. I don't even like the sound effects of me walking on these broken stairs. I wish I could turn this down. It's freaking me out. Okay, so if I run all the way, I'm just trying to figure out where the F could I. Okay, A is to jump. Oh dear. Look at us. Oh no. See. Okay.
No.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, it's an actual figure. All right, well, the big guy's gone. Because I'm like, yeah. This is the way you die, ripped to pieces from the inside, watching your marrow scatter on a concrete wall. You've escaped one hell, Chris Walker. God help me, but I somehow hope you didn't find another. We're just gonna assume that it went down the hallway, and we're just gonna go back this way and see what happens, because I doubt we'll be able to leave. Oh, that's already closed anyway. Okay, so... Alright. Crap.
Over here, please. I must try to explain.
Well, this was a wall. Holy crap. I mean, a door.
I know. I am supposed to be dead.
Of course he's not.
No such luck.
I don't know why I even did that.
Older than sin, but somehow the only one left. Because of Billy. He takes care of me.
Huh.
He may think I'm his father. He certainly loves me. Poor idiot. Do you know what this symbol represents? It warns of a nanohazard. Microscopic machines. Technology we have had for decades but never mastered. Murkoff discovered in my research a workaround. Turning the cells in the human body into nanofactories. It's the natural function of cells to produce molecules, but through psychosomatic direction,
Oh.
we engineered the
Cute
precise
picture.
molecules necessary. Mind over body. It was foolish and wrong to think we could control it. To use madmen to make something so strong. You have to stop him to murder Billy.
Of course I
Turn
do.
off his life support, his anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done. No one can get out of this place while he lives. You must kill him.
Coffee. Find Billy in the main laboratory. So he just rolls around in his chair inside a super mega safe room.
Achieved something like this in 1944. Those fascists thought it was spirits. I let them believe it. Let them kill themselves, thinking there was some kind of afterlife now empirically promised to them. Fools. Poor Alan. He would weep to see what I've built from his dreams. Billy doesn't mean harm. He's a child with a damaged mind, granted the powers of a god. It would make any of us into a monster. You must end this. You all must die here. Murkoff knew the danger. They didn't care. In the corporation's mind, we're all just dollar amounts in a ledger.
Oh, can I get this? That would be sweet.
Promised overshadowed whatever pitiful balance of doctors and patients amounted to. It will spread if you don't stop it.
Oh, it's broken.
Morphogenic agent is
That one looks messed. Yeah, it is bent. It wouldn't matter even if it was perfect. It's video games.
Here with your death more than anything. I want to rest.
Oh my goodness.
Billy would not let me die. You could never imagine how cruel this is. I only want to die.
So I'm gonna assume going back is the main. Well, it says the delivery exit, so I guess not. But we've also, well, maybe we haven't. I mean, oh, we closed it up and everything. All right, be like that. No, I don't need to go that way. That's where I came from. I also just don't want to go that way. I'm freaking out enough as is. See, I feel like I'm gonna be hiding from a freaking supernatural being really, really soon. Whoops. Oh, yep, those are just intestines. Okay. Super cool, super cool. All this freaking craziness. And it leads to deal with a ghost. Well, not actually a ghost, but but it might as well be. It's a ghost. We're just gonna go with really dangerous ghost. This is freaking crazy, man. Cola. Drink it. Not exactly subtle advertising, but, it'll work, I'm sure. Okay. Nope. Thought I'd try just to see if there was anything. I think this is kind of just to show you, like, there's a path for you to go in case, you start to pee on yourself and you need to escape. I feel like I might need some batteries soon, but it's fairly well lit. But morphogenic engine chambers are this way. Plus, that's where the alarms are, so we'll go that. Go this way. So you're officially in the B block. Okay. Oh no. Nope. Hey, man. Oh, he's in here with me. Hey, how's it going? All right. Well, that's it, I guess. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. I panicked there. I certainly panicked. That was definitely I panicked sort of moment where it's like, oh, I ran into like the first effing place that I saw. That was a really bad idea. So that was dumb. That's what that was. So that's nothing. Let's see what'll happen. Wow. Oh, good lord. So, for fuck's sake. I can't even. Oh dear. I can't see. Oh. Files and documents. That's great. Okay. Let me take a breather because that was crazy. Note to all personnel from consultant MM008 Rudolph Renecki. Do not worship the swarm, nor allow the delusions of the patients to influence your beliefs. Any sentient being based in this technology will be so far superior to us that, that illusions of godliness will be reasonable. We have always looked into chaos and called it God. We now are blessed with sufficient power that such belief could destroy us. Do not be tempted. Remember that you are scientists. Yeah, so, man, I don't know. I must be headed in the right direction. I'm just gonna start tapping some buttons because I don't have time to start peeing on myself. Uh-oh, I think he's in the room. He's close. We're about to do this. Life support. More documents, huh? Okay. Let's see what we got. Mark off psychiatric systems, morphogenic engine chamber maintenance schedule. To avoid patient injury, the morphogenic engine life pod requires a daily inspection of all vital systems. Vital system 1, the enriched oxygenated proliferocarbon from the life support fluid reservoir, must be continually flushed and replaced through the course of the patient's treatment. Note that OP also supplies anesthetics. Any interruption in supply will cause sufficient pain to the patient to potentially disrupt the experiment. Vital System 2. Electric supply is supplemented and insured by the sub-lab generator. See, sub-lab makes it seem like we're in this room, but I still have to travel really far to make this work, so I'm not too happy about reading sub-lab. Proper fueling and maintenance of the sub-lab generator should be confirmed hourly. In the case of catastrophic loss of vital systems 1 and 2, the life pod failsafe will engage, maintaining localized minimum life support functions until technicians can arrive. Disabling failsafe will result in immediate patient termination. So we are gonna press some buttons and stuff. Oh, look at that crazy, weird imagery. One ball is full of just dead and blood, and there's an effing dude. Crazy. From Billy's patient reports, he ought to be 23 years old. He looks like at least 50 years of rough road, pain scratched deep into what I can see. Killing you would be an act of kindness. Got my camera back on once it's done. Jeez. Whoa. Hey, there's the dude. Well, I mean, it could be. I don't ever know. They got a lot of models that are the same. Okay. All right, let me do this again. To be flushed and replaced. Okay, so there's two ways for me to go, left and right. So because I'm closest, I'll just go here. Sublab. Oh, sublab generator is actually up. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, look at that. Oh, boy. So he's not saying anything to me. So. Oh, see, you kind of flash through the vents. that really scared me. I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. Life support. This is Billy Hope's lungs, his liver, his life support. A machine the size of a football stadium to keep one lunatic alive. Fuck it all, break it all. He has to die. Now, let's see how close Billy lets us get before he tries to, like, you know, enter me and then destroy me. I'd also like to note that Billy's crazy, like, ghost form reminds me a lot. I love that all the cops just say cups, just say coffee. All the cops just say coffee. All the cups just say coffee on them. From the personal records of Dr. Wernick, Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley, published anonymously in 1818, Chapter 4 excerpt. Learn from me, if not by my precepts, at least by my example, how dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge, and how much happier that modest man than he who aspires to become greater than his nature allows. I feel like I read that before. It's weird. I could have sworn I read that in the game. I've definitely read, well, I haven't read all of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I was supposed to, but yeah, that was, I just didn't feel like it, so I just, you know, I found some alternatives to that assignment, and I still got my answers. What the heck? Okay, but before that, what I was going to say was, oh, okay, here we go. The, like, ghost form for Billy reminds me of, it's a current anime on Netflix called Ajin. Oh, good Christ. Ooh, Billy's angry. Little sprints. What am I doing? He's a ghost. Help me. Oh, is that him? Oh, that's him. Oh, where's the door? Oh, good lord. Oh. Oh, Billy, no. I don't need this. I don't even enjoy this. Woo! He's right behind me. This isn't fun. At this point, this is just bad for my heart. And the music keeps wrenching up, and it's not slowing down, and it's not making me happy that it's. What am I supposed to freaking push here? Oh. Just jump. Just jump. Oh, he's dead. You're dead, man. Yep, you're dead. You're gonna die. I really don't know where to go. I'm screwed. Like, I'm so confused as to where I'm supposed to be going and how the heck I'm supposed to be doing this. But I'm obviously not doing it right. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm too confused. I don't know what to do. And I got this. Oh, it's open. Okay, that makes way more sense now. I just assumed it had to still be closed, but I was totally wrong. Music's still going. So the anime Ajin on Netflix, very good anime. I'm trying to distract myself. But it's a really good anime. I highly recommend it if you like really good villains. There's like, it's an old dude as a villain too. He's actually really freaking crazy. Oh crap, it's getting dark. Ooh. Glad I saw that in time. Oh, Jesus. I'm not even looking at stuff. We're just going. Alright, we're just gonna reload this now. So, really good anime. Old guy is the villain. Highly recommend. Good villain, good action, real crazy. Just pull some stuff, man. I'm freaking out. That is life. I felt safe. Okay, so I believe I'm just going right back the way that I came. I didn't even see that. Whistleblower. Oh wait, yes it did. I thought, wow, I felt like I went up way more stairs for that second part, but apparently not. Okay. Okay. At least it was scripted. So I guess he was toying with him a little bit right there. And I'm lost. Is this the direction? I hope so. Oh, we're gonna just let me jump over the thing. Is the life support? I don't know. Where is it? And he's just watching the show, loving him. He's having it. Grandiose whole time for that guy, huh? Okay, I'm not effing kidding. I think I'm supposed to be behind him. Behind his pod. I legitimately don't know. I'm just gonna run this way. I don't know. Because it said to pull the life support. This will help though, because I can get away from him like a little bit and then just hop over the wall. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I forgot it wouldn't let me do that. I completely forgot. So, I can jump up to this one. This is insane. Like, I legitimately have no idea what to do because it's like I'm trying to figure this crap out. Okay, so I'm gonna look at some notes real quick. Not notes, documents. That's what I'm gonna do because this is freaking me out, and I'm so confused as to where the pod is exactly. Okay, so your ranks oxygenated, blah blah blah. Life support. What? Excuse me. The course of the patient's treatment. Okay, so I did the sub-lab second. In case of catastrophic loss, okay, so the first thing was the oxygenated the 3 cubes, so I did that. Did the sub-lab. Analyzed principle, arrived, disable, and fail-safe was on immediate patient termination. In the case of catastrophic loss, life pod fail-safe will engage, maintaining localized minimum life support. Question is, where the F is the button? Yeah, that's what I thought. Help me. I got nothing. This is freaking me out. Like, whew. Like, it sounds like he's right behind me. Nothing. I don't know what to do. I do not know what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. Please find attached the permission to proceed from the patient William Hope of the Murkoff Charitable Psychiatric Program at Mount Massive Hospital in Colorado, USA. The form is standard and all relevant lines have been signed. It appears Billy is unaware of his mother's recent guided cardiac arrest. He is submitting to the experiment with the understanding, unfounded, of financial remuneration to his mother and a charitable contribution to her church. Wernick, having read the boy's dream reports, believes he has enormous therapeutic potential. So, I'm so confused. I'm legitimately confused. I'm like, what in the world am I doing to get what I need to do for this failsafe? Because I'm super stuck right now. I don't know which thing is the failsafe or where it is because I'm running in circles trying not to get killed by this thing. It probably is right there and I'm just not next to whatever I need to be pushing, or there's something I just am not seeing. But holy crap. It is nuts. Trying to like get through this freaking thing. Like it's really it's crazy. So what I'm gonna do is look at a video to see what the F I'm doing. I know that probably seems really crappy to you guys, but this is one of those things where I'm like I'm too effed up to just naturally watch it or naturally go through and have that sort of anxiety like that all night. I just can't do it. Oh wow, okay. Wow, there's a giant effing thing right in the middle. Yeah, okay. So that just saved us a bunch of time because I would have been running in circles. It would have taken me forever to actually see it. But now I know where to go. If he doesn't obliterate me, because he's right here in front of my effing face. Let's find out. Because I was too freaked out. I couldn't even tell what I was looking for. Do I drop? Oh, no, I don't drop. I'm like, do I drop? Because he's just waiting for me now. But I know what to do. Okay, so I know where the actual thing is to end it, because that was effing me up. Like, I was so okay. I was so incredibly confused. Like, I don't know where the heck I'm going. But there's a thing, this right here. Yeah, I was like flying past that. I couldn't see that. Snap. He's like trying to kill me. Damn. Or you are trying to kill me. He's pissed. Naturally. But yeah. I was gonna be running past that for a super long time. Jeez. Really sweet design for the ghost image stuff. Jeez. I would like to note that the other orb, I'm assuming was what the whistleblower did, and they killed the other person, and then that's what activated Billy's thing, because maybe he was the second best experiment. Oh, I'm all hobbly. Okay, well, it's all done. Potentially. What is this? Billy is dead. The wall rider, the swarm, whatever it is, unmade with him. Whether I escape or die here, I am free. The door open. Yeah, it looks like it, so whoops. Cool. What if I just looked up and there's something right in my face? He's really got I've got like no allies to really help me out right now. Like, the only person that was trying to help me was the father, and he sacrificed himself to, like this really experiment. And that's about it. Everybody else was like actively trying to murder me. And then the dude, Wernick himself, or Wernicke, whatever, he's in the wheelchair. So, I mean, he could open up some hatches for me. That'd be great. Or he could just slam these doors on me and squish me to death. But, yeah, big guy's killed. So, I don't know if there are going to be, any other random patients from the asylum. But we'll see. Also, creepy ghost noises and stuff like that, so that has me worried, like he's possessed or something now. Oh. Oh, snap. Wait a minute. Oh, wow.
You have become the host. Jesus God, what is that thing?
Yep. That's effed up. So has he been dead? Punished. Wow. That's insane. That's nice. So, I think there are 2 endings. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that's how this game ends. It's just like. That's crazy. That's crazy that that's the freaking ending of the game. Like, that's just nuts to me. Like, I'm just looking at stuff, it's just like, I can't believe this is the end. That was the legitimate ending. Like, You die. You are dead. You game over. That's nuts. That's freaking nuts. I don't even. Man, that's just one of those endings where you're just like, wow, I can't believe that that's the way the game ends. All that work he put in, all that crazy survival, and you get killed in the end, which is insane to me. And not only do you get killed in the end, it's before anything even happens. So it's like before they actually know that you're the new host, the dude just shoots you. And then that's it. I thought he was gonna shoot him, and then something was gonna happen where the bullet like popped out or something because he did get possessed, and he was gonna have the abilities and you would control them. But that is not the case. He gets like just shot to death, and then the spirit comes out of him, and then starts killing a bunch of people. But it's weird because it seemed to continue on after he died. So it's like it transferred into, the main character's body, and then this is a super long load screen. I don't know why it's doing that, so I'm probably just gonna have my face here. But man, that's freaking nuts. That is absolutely insane. Wow. That is a weird ending. That is, I don't. Huh. I'm kind of stunned. Oh man. Sorry that it went black there for a sec, but I don't know. I guess the game's confused as well because it's just on this loading screen. So, that's wow. I'm just kind of stuck at the end here. I'm just kind of stunned. Like, what do I think of this? I don't know. I mean, it gets to the end, and all the madness that you've gone through, all the jumps, the scares, all the batteries and backtracking. Well, it wasn't really a lot of backtracking. Mostly the backtracking was being stuck in that one episode for me. It was just like, man, you're going through and you're getting answers here and there, little bits and pieces of the story. You get Wall Rider and then, the Swarm, just the different names for it. And you realize that the Wall Rider isn't this crazy ghost. It's more technology based, but it becomes a bit of both, by the end. And that's just crazy. And then you die. And then the spirit still exists. And it goes on to kill everybody. That's something. But that is the end of the game. So, Outlast 2 is coming out, I think in like a month. In May or something like that. It comes out very soon. So this is a very appropriate time for me to finally finish this game up. I will be doing the Whistleblower DLC. So you guys don't have to worry about that. I will, I already got that downloaded. I bought like the whole package when I bought the game, however many years ago that was, before I actually finally started playing it. But I'm excited to get into the Whistleblower DLC. I'm pretty sure I know how that ends. I assume that the guy dies just based off of the little bits and pieces where it's like, you see all the broken cameras around and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, this is where the person was. And I'm assuming you start at, or maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know, because it's a whistleblower, so it's someone that did work there. So I'm assuming that you start basically where the game ends, and then you try to make your escape outward. And I think it was in a letter, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the person escaped. It was like an email. So doesn't necessarily mean that the whistleblower actually did end up escaping. So who knows? But yeah, that's pretty great, especially with this not loading. I would even get into like a couple of early 10 minutes or whatever of whistleblower, but I guess it makes sense to make that its own thing as well, because technically it's, the DLC and all that, so it'd have a different title. But whoops, hit the table. Hope you guys enjoyed this ending. If you knew the ending, would love to know your perspective on it all this time later. If you are new to the ending like me, if for whatever reason you chose my channel to watch the ending for the first time, thank you. I really appreciate that. But odds are that's not the case, especially with me having done it so long after the game came out, and also not being that popular of a channel. Either way, though, would love to know what you guys thought about this ending. I'm gonna get into the Whistleblower DLC. I'm excited now because I had to, having not beaten this game, I had to avoid looking at videos of like Outlast 2 because I was like, I don't want to know because I'm sure there'd be some story elements because I didn't know if the guy lived or died. And now I'm definitely curious because I'm like, I hope, I would assume, considering they made a full on sequel, that it's a continuation of whatever this insane story is going to be now. And it has me very curious, like how in the world this stuff is going to play out in the sequel and just what the heck it's supposed to mean. So I'm looking forward to checking out those videos now. I don't think I need to really worry about, spoiling the Whistleblower DLC with that. I hope not, because I do really want to check out some Outlast 2 stuff now, because all I can think of is I need a hint as to where this is going. Now that I know this game has a sequel, I need something to figure out where the F the story is headed, because that's just a crazy ending. Like, oh, he died, but the ghost lived on, and I guess it lived. I don't know. I guess it would kill everyone in the room. Maybe it lived on Anne Wernick. That would make the most sense because he was like the main character who should have been dead a long time ago. Anyway, it kills everyone around him, and then it possesses him because it's still Billy that was protecting him the whole time. So it jumps from the main character, whose name I swear I don't even remember, and it jumps from the main character into Wernick, and maybe that's what we'll see in the sequel. But I'm looking forward to getting to the Whistleblower DLC. Like I said, would love to know what you guys thought about the ending to this because that's a surprise one there. Like that's not the happy ending like I was expecting, where it's like you go through all the madness, you've been chased and tortured, had fingers snipped off, and been running from like almost ghosts and crap. So you kind of deserve to make it out alive, and that is not the case. And it's a surprise death too, because it's just like I thought it was gonna be like, oh, don't kill him, like it's okay, we can leave. But it was just like, nope, boom, he gets shot in slow motion too, because that's like I said, I thought like the spirit thing was gonna happen. He would like kill everybody, and I was like, nope, he just gets laid out and he's gone. So unless the sequel picks up and is like, surprise, he actually did survive that because of the spirit and went back into his body. I just don't see that happening, but who knows? Would love to know what you guys thought about the ending to this game. This episode in general, me and my crazy reactions and not being able to see that giant effing panel because I was running around so scared, looking in all the wrong directions. I didn't see that giant, nice little center panel there to put, his hand. But would love to read your comments down in the comment section below. Like I said, I will be doing the Whistleblower DLC, so you guys can certainly look forward to that. But whatever you guys have to say about this, the ending, just me playing this episode, whatever, please put it down in the comment section below, and please join me for the Whistleblower DLC. Hey, so you guys are listening to camera audio, by the way, as far as sounds different. I just wanted to do this random little thing because I just spent, after the thing where I mentioned like, oh, it froze and stuff, so I'll figure that out. I spent 30 freaking minutes trying to make sure I had an episode to actually save because the game froze and it would not let me go to my desktop. Like the desktop was there and everything was still active on the desktop, but all I could see was Outlast. And I didn't realize that the desktop was still active after like 30 minutes because I did something, thank goodness for the tab button. I hit something that was like, oh, it was the command prompt. I was typing, I was trying to find it and I actually ended up hitting some buttons while looking at command prompt. And I was like, it's still active, I just can't see anything. I thought everything was just frozen, but it was still active. It was like all I could see was this stupid frozen screen of Outlast for 30 minutes while I was freaking out, trying not to shut down the laptop because everything was still recording. Like the mic was still recording and the game was still recording even though it was technically a frozen screen. I was like, if I cut off the laptop, both those files will be corrupted because they won't have like an official end, and then I'll have to do an episode. At one point, I even tried that. The laptop wouldn't even shut off because it was just so screwed up, and it took me forever. And thank goodness for the command prompt. Me hitting the little H button a couple of times and realizing that even when I can't see it, it's actually doing something. So I went back to Task Manager and I had to tab my way through it, and I hit down a couple of times and it went to it, and I just hit delete, and then it finally shut it down. It didn't make sense why I had to do all that because I was pressing X on that little window. But you know how that goes. If something freezes, the little X when it's on the the bottom of the screen, that crap doesn't work sometimes. You have to go to Task Manager. So I had to throw that in because I spent like 30 minutes freaking out like I don't want to have to redo this episode, especially with it being like the end of the game. That's something I would hate to do. And also, it wasn't like I screwed up. This was like the game just effed up. Maybe it was the laptop. I don't know. I mean, nothing else messed up. It was just random. Like, I beat the game and then it's just like, poof, it screwed up. So I wanted to do this random little thing right at the end here. Just because I was losing. I was like, holy crap, I might have to redo this whole thing. But I've already been sitting here for 15 minutes. I definitely don't want to do that. And then 15 turned to like 30, almost 30 minutes of just madness. So I don't know, I was losing it and I finally figured it out. So I wanted to just throw that in here at the end because that was nuts. That was freaking nuts. Crazy ending, and then the game just froze on me and was just screwing up everything. So I wanted to throw that in, like I said, at the end at random. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Because, man, crappy ending. I wish I had that a whole little segment recorded, but I can certainly have it, like, I'll probably actually do this. I'll just have it in there, fast forwarded. Like, this is exactly what it looked like, just frozen the whole way through. But, yeah, that was nuts. That was pretty nuts. So, thanks for watching.